03 and Mark.
Hello, Chin.
Hey, Oliver. Hey, thanks for asking me to come over and see you.
So, why you not join us? Join us.
To Myanmar,
The cuisine of Asia.
where you'll find plenty of local foods.
Flutes.
Okay.
What did you say? Cuisine?
18 and Mark.
Hey, Chin.
Hey, Oliver. Good to see you. Thanks for asking me to come.
Yeah, perfect that it happened.
Okay.
You know, I remember when you told me there's so many Myanmar people in Singapore and there's nearly no awareness about food or cuisine, or especially Thai cuisine about Myanmar in Singapore.
Not at all. We don't know anything about Myanmar cuisine. We are surprised there's a Myanmar cuisine.
We thought the best to do to change that, we will invite you to Myanmar.
No.
And we're going from
Really?
left to right, from north to south, and seeing the seaside and seeing the center of Myanmar just to experience the food firsthand.
And what can we expect?
Join us.
To Myanmar.
Discover the fine dining of seasonal cuisine,
And the many local flavors that are yet to be discovered.
fresh seafood, organic meals,
I can't wait already to go there.
a cuisine which you have rarely seen, which you have not discovered yet.
Let's go.
Join us to Myanmar.
Look at this place.
See, that's the place. It's a colonial period, colonial time.
Uh-huh.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
This you can say is the best cuisine in Myanmar, the most fine cuisine, fine dining, Myanmar fine dining, international fine dining fusion. And it's Chef Christopher inside.
The glass is made in Myanmar.
It's all
This
manual,
is beautiful.
mouth blown.
Goes with the room.
It's mouth blown, it's done with gas. It's cooked by 1200 Celsius degree and then stays another 24 hours with 600 degrees.
See, I'm continually amazed.
It's a
what
very,
Myanmar
very
has to
old,
offer.
tradition in Myanmar.
Is that
and
right?
you can go, you show the design by yourself, and they do what you need.
Oh.
It's a dining room, and you're right. They are all art, and the art itself is from Myanmar, and it reflects a certain period of Myanmar. It's done by artist Mr. Robert, and like here you have leftovers from Nagis cyclone bamboo huts, from the biggest to the smallest pieces
Wow,
put
that is
together
a
as
lot
art.
of work. So, Chef Christophe, may I ask, why is there a big, sturdy-looking safe in your restaurant?
Inside you have a recipe, very top secret recipe of Le Planteur.
That looks like a very important recipe.
Yes, very important
Wow,
recipe
look at
for Le
this.
Planteur.
So, Olivia, I'm curious. I mean, I look at all this seafood. There seems to be an abundance of it. Where do they all come from in Myanmar?
I mean, this tuna, it was caught in Myanmar before. It was even exported to Japan, but the fleet is not there at the moment. Not there at the moment. But there's a lot of seafood coming from the Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. You know, Myanmar has over 2,000 kilometers of coastline there, without any industrial ports or no industry along
No
this coast.
pollution.
There's no pollution in water. Myanmar is
Very
one of the
clean.
five hotspots in clean water. But Myanmar has also farmed seafood. Butterfish, tilapia, but also fresh river prawns.
Okay, so there's an
freshwater
industry
prawns.
of farming
There is
seafood
also
as well.
There's an industry is exporting to ASEAN countries, but they restarted recently also exporting to Europe again.
Okay.
It's a very high quality. Myanmar farmer usually, mainly due to cost reason, don't use antibiotics, don't use any chemicals.
Yeah,
It's an organic growing. In Myanmar, it's a bit of a coincidence, but Myanmar is lucky in that way. It's an organic kind of seafood breeding, and very, very good products coming up. Also, soft crabs, crabs and all. Lobster are caught wild. They
Just like the one that Chef
we had
Christophe
before.
prepared?
They call it in the nighttime with a torchlight when the lobster
With a torchlight,
come
yes.
out of underwater, when they come out of the rocks.
Still done the good old way.
Yeah, the old way. Catch them, put them in bowls with basins, and then they arrive in Yangon fresh, alive.
Next morning.
And that's why Chef Christopher has to pay actually a quite high price, because actually they're all for export, for Hong Kong, for Singapore, and he has to compete with Singapore and Hong Kong price.
So you have to pay international market price for these lobsters.
If you have a good 7-color lobster, which is the best, you pay $150 per kilo.
Yes.
There we go.
But then you have a
But
state-of-the-art.
that tells you the kind of quality of seafood right
absolutely
here
fresh
in
quality,
the
yes.
doorsteps of Myanmar.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Wow, this is great. What are you preparing for today?
cocktail of carpaccio mango.
Oh, that looks good.
I think it's a very good sign for the whole kitchen crew that the chef is on the table outside, but the plate looked the same like when we were inside together with the chef.
Please, the kitchen team is good to working every time. It's a smiling, very good atmosphere. It's very décontracté, very atmosphere, very agreeable for the work.
Looks like you found a peaceful kitchen as well.
Yes, it's
Very good.
It's very good.
Myanmar white wine, sir.
Okay, Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes, Sauvignon Blanc. The grapes Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
It's a very fresh one. And
The Red
Right.
Mountain
the
Estate.
Shan State.
This is the Red Mountain Estate in Shan State at the Inle Lake.
Yeah,
From Shan.
Yes.
Let's give it a try.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Ibrahim.
Myanmar has its own professional wine industry. It dates back to the days of middle of the 50s, where Italian winemakers came to Myanmar and brought the plants to Myanmar in central Myanmar around Maitila. The modern wine industry in Myanmar started around end of the 90s with two vineyards, mainly in Inle Lake at Nyong Shwe, the Red Mountain Vineyard, for example. If you're a winemaker of the Red Mountain Wine Estate, Mr. François Renard, could you tell us a little bit about the history of the wine and the challenges you have since the beginning and what improved over the years and how you changed maybe techniques? Or...
Yes, so we started the project in 2002. So for me, the first step was to experiment different varieties. I found out that the Sauvignon Blanc was growing very well here, as well as the Pinot Noir and the Shiraz. And we now have 75 hectares of vineyards on two different sites.
It's a kind of a new generation of Myanmar tourism, and I was happy to see these last 10 years, and with a sad eye I saw a lot of Myanmar chefs going to foreign countries. A lot are in Dubai at the moment, but with a smiling face I'm looking back already when they're coming back in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, when Myanmar is opening up much more, having a good job here, having of course also a good salary here.
Fantastic.
And we're getting this kind of traditional fine dining Myanmar food in Myanmar for the future.
It's a crispy lobster. That's a banana flower salad with pomelo, and that's a pumpkin salad and mustard sour cream sauce.
It smells so good.
Original dish from mixed European food and Myanmar food. Is a banana flower is typical is Myanmar.
Banana flour sometimes turns a bit dry, but with the pomelo mix, it's very nice gentle flavor.
Yes.
And then the opposite with the carrot salad, a little spicy, goes very well.
Tuna, grilled tuna, carotte purée in ginger, et Myanmar salad.
Okay, the Myanmar typical salad.
Myanmar salad. One time is a green tomato, is a in the lake, is a change every day, every fresh. I go to the market, is a check.
It's a Myanmar tea ice cream with cream, whipping cream.
Use Myanmar tea,
Myanmar
which is
tea
famous
is
for a lot of the
infused
cuisine already,
Yes,
and infuse it into ice cream.
yes.
We tried that several years ago, where we put the Myanmar pickle tea leaves more into the cuisine, like what Felix did here as ice cream. We tried to do some stuffing with chicken and some sauce. I think that's the interesting thing in Myanmar. There's so many things undiscovered in Myanmar, no? And especially for us as a chef, you can pick up these things and you just transform them into something different. Myanmar coffee?
Myanmar coffee.
Okay. Myanmar is originally actually a tea drinking country, but over the last years the coffee industry came up, last 20, 30 years.
Okay.
There's mainly Arabica coffee, the top class.
Okay, that's good.
And one of the partners one of the partners of Myanmar Chef Association is Shweyima Coffee. It's an organic grown coffee. It's a very small family company, which is good for the restaurants and the hotels for us because we can tell them we have more German customer. They like it more hard flavor. We like more French, different flavor. They're roasting up to our demands.
Okay, okay.
And
Sounds
small portions,
very bespoke
very
then.
fresh and
especially
very
made for you.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Myanmar is I think, is a paradise for a food hunter.
Ah.
And I think they're the next ones which will come.
The next, the cuisine to take over the world.
Toast to the chefs of Myanmar.
All the
in
chefs
Myanmar and outside of Myanmar.
So where are we right here that you brought us to?
We are in a governor residence. It's a pre-colonial building which was owned by a Burmese ethnic prince. And then when the British came in, the governor took over the place. And so here we have Chef Ian. He's here a long time in Myanmar already and is specialized also in using Myanmar ingredients.
And what is he preparing for us today? Hi Ian.
Hello,
What are you getting first?
Here we're preparing beetle leaves with prawns and galangao.
Beetle leaves.
Beetle leaves,
How
local.
does that work out?
It's not too bad. It's a local ingredients used mainly for medicinal purposes. So we try to incorporate it into a modernised cooking version, really.
Very nice.
Here we have the beetle nut leaves here.
Okay, this is what is common.
They grow in shade. They grow like beans, but in shade, so not to expose too much to sunshine. So there's less chlorophyll. Not so bitter taste. They still have a bitter taste. They're used also as a medical drug in teas against bronchitis or for sour eyes. You put on the eyes. So
you do that too?
Yeah, you should do that too. Also, it's food. Ian uses it as food, but also as medicine used in Myanmar.
Some toasted peanuts.
Toasted peanuts?
Some toasted peanuts.
Plenty of food right here. And how did you come up with an idea like this?
Just listening to the locals, really. Down the market, just to look to see.
Very interactive as well.
Well, now we're going to do a newer version of a duck curry, but we incorporate the lepat leaves, the tea leaves, in that as well.
Even more local ingredients.
More authenticity. Just the local delicacy.
Okay.
Which is the pickled.
That's your pickled tea.
Pickled tea leaf, yes.
Okay. Cool.
The traditional way, really, of eating in Myanmar is to have lots of dishes.
Lots of dishes.
The one sitting and lots of dishes. The people very rarely have a dessert or a starter, so you'll have 3 or 4 different types of main course with side dishes and soups as well. We had some crispy butter beans in here as well, just for an extra texture. And nutrition as well, yeah. Because the Myanmar people themselves, as you know, aren't really big eaters. So they'll have one big meal a day. And yeah, they'll get everything, all their nutrients in the one.
Thanks a lot, Chef. Thank you. I myself arrived in Myanmar first as a tourist, not knowing what I would discover here. And within a very short time, for maybe the first or second day already, I knew that would be my place. It was 17 years ago here in Yangon at the Kandoji Palace Hotel. Today we can see a lot of young Myanmar inspiring chefs which get trained, like by Chef Michel, Chef Christopher, Chef Stephen, and picking up on the international standard of cooking, but also highlighting the Myanmar food on a high level. And I hope that we really, in 1 or 2 years, are ready to join the world in the culinary art of Asia and further behind.